The Hello Kitty murder, Hong Kong's most horrific crime of 1999. In the bustling streets of Hong Kong in the late 1990s, the city was a whirlwind of neon lights, crowded markets, and hidden underworld dealings. Among the glitz and grit lived 23-year-old Fan Man Yi. Born into hardship, Fan had been abandoned by her family early in life. She grew up in an orphanage, faced constant instability, and eventually turned to working as a nightclub hostess to survive. She had a young son to support and dreamed of a better life, but fate had other plans. Fan worked in the vibrant but dangerous nightlife scene of Kowloon. On March 17, 1999, her path crossed with Chan Man Lok, a 34-year-old local gangster and drug dealer known for his volatile temper and connections to triad-like circles. Chan had previously shown Fan some leniency, but that changed when she allegedly stole his wallet containing around $20,000. To Chan, this was not just theft, it was a betrayal that threatened his reputation in the criminal underworld. He demanded repayment and more as interest, but Fan, already struggling financially, could not meet his escalating demands. Enraged, Chan ordered two of his associates, Leung Wailun and Leung Xingqiu, to abduct her. They tracked Fan to Lai Yu Estate, where she lived. The men forced her into a vehicle and brought her to a small, dingy apartment on the third floor of 31 Granville Road in Tsim Sha Tsui, a unit on the third floor of Block B that would become the site of unimaginable horror. The apartment was shared by the gang members and often used for their illicit activities. What followed over the next month was a prolonged nightmare of torture, rape, and sadistic abuse that shocked even hardened investigators. Fan was tied up, beaten daily with fists, metal bars, and everyday objects. Her captors forced her to eat human waste, burned her with cigarettes, and subjected her to repeated sexual assaults. A 14-year-old girl known as Ah Fong, the girlfriend of one of the men, was also present and later admitted to participating in some of the abuse under pressure. The men treated Fan like a plaything for their depraved amusement, showing no mercy as her body weakened from starvation, dehydration, and relentless trauma. Day after day, the screams echoed faintly in the apartment, drowned out by the constant hum of the city outside. Fan begged for her life, pleaded for release, and spoke of her son, but her words fell on deaf ears. The perpetrators, described later in court as remorseless with psychopathic tendencies, seemed driven by a mix of revenge, sadism, and a desire to assert dominance. Medical experts later concluded that Fan succumbed to traumatic shock between April 14th and 15th, 1999, after enduring nearly a month of hell. After her death, the horror escalated. The men dismembered her body in the apartment. They boiled parts of her remains to dispose of them more easily. Most of her body was stuffed into plastic bags and scattered, some thrown from the building or discarded in various locations around the area. But one part remained: her skull. In a grotesque act that would forever link the crime to an innocent symbol of childhood, they sewed Fan's skull inside a large Hello Kitty mermaid doll that was already in the apartment. The flat itself was filled with Hello Kitty decorations, turning a cute aesthetic into something nightmarish. For weeks, the crime went undetected. The men continued their lives, seemingly unburdened. But guilt, or perhaps supernatural fear, haunted the youngest accomplice. In May 1999, the 14-year-old girl walked into a Hong Kong police station, trembling and recounting nightmares of a ghostly woman haunting her. She confessed to witnessing and participating in the torture. Police, initially skeptical, followed her lead to the Granville Road apartment. What they discovered inside defied comprehension. The Hello Kitty doll containing the skull, internal organs in the refrigerator, scattered remains, and overwhelming evidence of prolonged torture. The case exploded across Hong Kong and the world. Newspapers called it one of the most brutal crimes in the territory's history. The trial lasted 6 weeks. Chan Man Lok, Leung Wailun, and Leung Xingqiu were found guilty of manslaughter and unlawful imprisonment rather than premeditated murder, as intent to kill could not be definitively proven beyond the torture. In December 2000, Justice Peter Nguyen sentenced them to life imprisonment, stating, "Never in Hong Kong in recent years has a court heard of such cruelty, depravity, callousness, brutality, violence, and viciousness." He noted that even animals would not be treated this way. Psychiatric reports confirmed their lack of remorse. Leung Shing-cho's sentence was later commuted to 18 years, but the others remained serving life terms with parole reviews after 20 years. The 14-year-old girl received a lighter sentence due to her age and cooperation. The story of Fan Man Yi is not just one of unimaginable suffering. It is a stark reminder of human depravity when empathy is absent. From this horrific case, we must draw a profound lesson: the importance of human compassion and the dangers of unchecked cruelty. No grievance, no debt, no personal slight justifies stripping another person of their dignity and life. Fan's tragic background highlights how society must better protect the marginalized. It teaches us to value empathy, seek nonviolent resolutions to conflicts, and recognize that true strength lies in mercy, not domination. In a world where violence can escalate in hidden corners, we must foster communities that reject sadism and uphold justice. Her story warns against the normalization of brutality in any form, urging us to teach kindness from a young age and support those in desperate situations before they fall prey to monsters. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching True Crime Story IAAI. If you enjoyed this video, please support the channel by clicking like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue bringing you compelling true crime stories and unsolved mysteries from around the world. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next story. What are your thoughts on this case? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next mystery.